Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're playing the game Meet Your Maker, and I've gone into the building interface to mop up some of these salty tears. I call them tears in my build. Anytime someone dies in your outpost, they drop components that then the builder is rewarded with. I call them tears, like because you're getting killed. So I call them the salty tears. So this is like just a mop-up video, but it's something that you want to look at. Some things you want to think about when you come in to mop up these things. So I'm just going to talk about it here. So every time you see one of these things, you're going to probably have a corresponding gravestone. So it tells you when you look on the gravestone what killed the person, the enforcer. So the enforcer killed this person. And then this one here, enforcer. So there's look at all these deaths here at the door. I've got an enforcer that runs up here. And obviously these people were not prepared for enforcer. So it just tells you that you've got something that's working for you. Enforcer. Killed by enforcer. Impaler. Enforcer. So you can look, and it gives you some good information about what's going on. Where you've got some good kills, and these are just the recent ones. These aren't the historical ones. These are the ones that I went to bed for 7 hours, came back, and here we are. I mean, this is what this one outpost did overnight. Okay. So down here, look at them all down here. Look at that. That's just crazy. Oh, look at how many got killed in the pit. This is the pit trap that I put in here. Just look at how many that I had in there. Look at the gravestones there. And then over here in the back, what happens here is this guy blows up. He's got an augment that makes him blow up. So these people didn't realize that. So every time they, that guy got hit by a hornet. Enforcer. So they got killed there. So let's just hop out of here, go up here. I mean, just up here on this ledge is a bunch. So nothing up here. So I didn't get anybody that made it up here because these guys, I think this one blows up. Or maybe they don't. Actually, I do got one gravestone up here. They got it. The Hornet must have got them. All right, let's go down into the actual. I mean, this is just the entrance. Look at the tombstones, and this is just the entrance. All right, so let's go mop up some more of these salty tears. Okay, so here we go. Look at them all. Again, this is not historic. This is just 7 hours of the base being up. I went to bed last night. I turned it on and I said, well, hopefully it does some good stuff overnight. I even got some tombstones up there by the ceiling. So that tells you something's working well. When you see clusters like this, you know something is working for your advantage. And so when you have, like here, I mean, you got a little cluster, 2 people died right there. Oh, look at this. We got a whole hallway of salty tears. I'm doing it with a grin. I just like, oh my goodness, look how many people I killed last night. I'm in the land of Zod, sleeping away, and people are in my sinister lair, all cursing my name. Somebody's thinking, what kind of asshole built this base? All right, so we got a couple deaths here. Nothing to pick up though, it looks like. Looking down into the pit. That's the only problem with the pits is you got to jump down into them and collect your stuff. The pit. All right, let's see what we did down here. Because usually I don't get many deaths down in this corridor. I call it my reward zone. Like you're almost there. You shouldn't be pressured too much. But I did add these 2 traps in here to kind of make it messy. And it looks like just adding those 2 traps has caused... Got any stuff down there? And then over here, do we have any in that pit? Okay, so really not a lot of deaths down here. I got some. There's definitely some. And then, oh, I got a death down here. And then they come to the prize. And with this one, with this basis, I don't have a second wave. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't do a lot of second waves. I figured I already punished the person enough to get them to where they're going. I mean, look at this place. This place is a damn nightmare. And I call it the fun house. I mean, there's no fun in this house. This is all just pain and suffering. I mean, look at the tombstones I've got in this place. Look at them. So it's, you know, I mean, the second wave doesn't make sense to me in this scenario because I've pushed people to their you know, their limits. I mean, some of these guys ran through, you know, we looked at the board earlier and some of the guys ran through with only one death, which makes them super good at the game, right? But then you got all these poor saps that died in the doorway. I mean, it's like, welcome to my house, take off your shoes, oh, you're dead. Welcome, you know, you got to the welcome mat, oh, you're dead. I mean, really, you haven't even, look at all these guys. They hadn't even got into the building, right? All right, so that's telling me I'm doing something right. All right, let's just leave this outpost here and go in to clean up the other 2 outposts that I had running last night, because last night I really only had 3 outposts running. I was kind of disappointed in one of the outposts did not have that many that much activity. This new one that I built, see, it's not getting a lot of activity. It's kind of strange that it's not. Now, I was just in this place, and it shouldn't be telling me I got objects in there still unless people have died since I was in there cleaning it up. All right, so now we got to go to the bird cage and mop up some of those salty tears. So we got to go into build mode. And we're going to go look at also where the placements of the tombstones are. Now, I already know this is an effective base. I mean, but I'm telling you as a builder, if you're doing this as a new builder, these are the kinds of things you want to look out for, is the cluster or where people are dying. And if you've got an even cluster, or if you know you've tried to make a kill box and you've got no kills in the kill box, then you've done something wrong, right? So here, again, a lot of tombstones right here at the entrance, and I think these are going to be, oh, that's the cannonback, hornet. Yeah, a few of these are going to be the hornets. These hornets out there, even though they don't look that nasty, these 2 hornets have paid for themselves. I mean, most of these gravestones that you see, these tombstones that you see up here are all from the hornets. I mean, those 2 hornets just paying for themselves. It's like, yeah, guys, you know what you're getting into. That's why I like putting those guys there. When I first put them there, I was like, oh, those guys are just going to be target practice for, you know, somebody. You know, that, you know, someone's just going to get, you know, they're going to get their adrenaline going, and then they're going to go in and actually do the dirty work. But these guys are more than just target practice, because look, I mean, they do a lot of killing. All right, let's do some mopping here. Mopping it up. I mean, this is always a kill box right here. Look at all that. I built this so that it's easy to mop up. I didn't make too many pit holes, and I got to jump down into. I don't get a lot of activity I do have I think I got one here, and I don't get much activity on a pit. I got to get back to just the ground level. There we go. Sometimes I'm hovering, and I'm not touching the. No, I guess I didn't add a pit. I guess these could be considered pits here. I do have a couple in there, but I can walk right into them, which is nice. This was just a design that I up here. I always got a few deaths. I mean, this because your speed runners think they can just get up in here, and they don't realize that once they're here, they're just open to anything that's got a ranged weapon. So they get up here, and they just get killed because they're basically right there, front and center. You basically put a bullseye on your back. by running up here, and that's where all these deaths come from. I bet you most of these were speedrunners thinking I'm just going to run the thing, not realizing once they got here, they kind of boxed in, and they got to contend to whatever aggro is launching missiles at them. That's it's a crazy map. I put some thought into it when I built it. And again, this comes down to my build style with monsters. I do heavy monsters. Don't really do a lot of thinking of trap placement of people. I do trap placement, but I don't do critical thinking on trap placement. I'll put the monsters in, I'll put a few traps in, and then I'll watch a few videos of people doing the content. And then I'll go in a mop-up mode like I have here and see where my dead zones are, where people are dying, and then where people aren't dying, where I expected deaths to be. And then watch a video to see why I didn't get the expected deaths that I wanted to get. But this, as you can see, is evenly scattered. I got tombstones evenly scattered through the entire build. So that tells me I have done something correctly. Now again, there are people that have tackled the birdcage with only one death. I had someone tackle it, Hugo, my friend Hugo there on Discord. He tackled it with no deaths. Oh no, it wasn't the birdcage, it was the funhouse. He did the funhouse and he had 0 deaths. So I was like, wow, that's impressive as hell. And but people are good. Some people are really good at the game. They know how to use the gizmos that the raiders get very well. They know the game system. They know it very well. And then they perform when they get into your bases. So when you get that expert, as a builder, when you get that expert runner that runs it with 0, like Hugo, with 0 deaths, but yet you're mopping people up, you got 50, 60 deaths by other groups, you don't want to change anything for that one raider. That one raider is just good at the game. You could make some tweak modifications, but I would take the average. I would look at your numbers as an average. I'd look at your tombstones as an average. And because sometimes if you make a change for your expert runners, then your casual runners will just tap out. They'll just get in a couple times and they'll tap out. What brings my bases forward is I don't get a lot of tapping out. I get a lot of people trying to do the content. They're not getting frustrated to the point, because if you make your base to stop the expert runners and they're only catering to them, you're going to have a lot of people pulling the ripcord before they even begin. And then you don't get really any rewards. So you just got to kind of balance it out. But that's it, guys. I think those are the only 3 that I had that I needed to mop up. Let's just see what that gave us. I think I was at 500 tokens. They're not generous on those tokens. I just did a lot of mopping, and I went from 500 to 886, which is not even enough. So basically, that's not even enough rewards to prestige just one of these things to the next level. I don't even think I can turn this one back on. No, because I can, because that takes 700, so I can. But it seems like it's just a fight to keep them running. I'm just not getting a lot of rewards. I'm getting a lot of kills, but I'm not getting a lot of rewards. As a builder, it's making it very difficult to have 5 running. I'm just constantly using my tokens that I'm earning to prestige them or keep them going, and I've only been able to basically keep 4 running. So I don't know where the balancing happened, or something happened from the beta to now, because right in the beta I never had a problem. I was getting enough rewards to keep them going comfortably and having extras on the side. I can barely keep 4 running at this time, and you can see the amazing amount of kills that I'm getting. So I'm kind of scratching my head to wondering what they changed in the game, because it's really kind of hurting your builders, your core builder. Like me, I don't like raiding. I have problems with that because of my handicap, so I'm not going to do much raiding in this game. So I was hoping that I would be able to continue my gaming progress with this game just as a builder, but they're making it very difficult with whatever change they made, because I'm not getting the Apple rewards, or at least this token here, this one up here, the yellow token. I'm not getting enough of those rewards to comfortably keep my bases going and buy into new bases to span out when these bases finally cap out at, I think it's Prestige 10. All right, that's it, folks. I just wanted to show you the mopping of the tiers today. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkus Zone.